Hey, it's So from Zo's Real Thoughts. Today we are going to be talking about the 15 films coming out in 2018 that I'm really excited about. But first, you're probably wondering, like, why are we talking about 2018 if you haven't even put out your 2017 best top films list out yet? That will be coming soon, my friends. Very soon. I'm basically just waiting to go watch Phantom Thread today, possibly, and then make my list. But yes, we are going to be talking about 2018. Playlist came out with a list of 100 most anticipated films of 2018. 100 seems a lot, and out of those hundreds, I chose to narrow down my favorite, most anticipated 15 films. So without further ado, let's just talk about them. This seems pretty obvious, but Ryan Coogler's Black Panther. I am super excited. If you don't know how excited I am, you should actually watch my trailer reaction that I did a while back that I will link up above. I'm not really gonna go into it because, yeah, I'm really excited. I'll be in line for that next month. This next film was not only my favorite film growing up, but I honestly did not think they were gonna make a sequel, and it's The Incredibles 2. It came out 2004. I was so stoked on it. I loved Violet, especially because I was going through my emo phase as well, and she was just like the embodiment of everything I was about. So they're coming out with a sequel, and it looks fantastic. Brad Bird will be back directing it. The premise is Bob Parr, Mr. Incredible, is left to take care of Jack while Helen, Elastic Girl, is out saving the world. This comes out June. Oh, the summer is going to be another really great one. I really just loved everything about The Incredibles, and to see it come out with the sequel, whew, the first film was incredible. Yeah, I had to do that. Up next is Duncan Jones's Mute. The last film that he did was Moon. I think that was like 2009. That was really incredible. I loved it. No, he did something right after that. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. This film, oh my god. A mute bartender goes up against the city's gangsters in an effort to find out what happened to his missing partner. This film gives me such neo-noir vibes, Blade Runner, cyberpunk vibes, so I'm really excited to see what it's all about. Also because Moon was so kick-ass. Who do I love the most in this world? Yeah, Oprah. And Oprah is going to be in a new movie, which is directed by Ava DuVernay, my other favorite person in this world, called A Wrinkle in Time. Did I already say that? A Wrinkle in Time, yes. The cast is so stacked with Reese Witherspoon, Mindy Kaling. It's adapted from the book, which I did not read. I know it was a required reading for everybody, but I don't know what happened. It just kind of skipped over me. Premise is, after the disappearance of her scientist father, 3 particular beings send Meg, her brother, and her friend to space in order to find him. Wow. That sounds like a really incredible premise just by itself, but knowing that it's such a iconic literary book, I'm really excited to see how she spins it. Of course, your girl had to add a Korean filmmaker to this list, and that filmmaker is Sang-ho. Whoa. Rewind. Young Sang-ho, who did Train to Busan. He also did The Fake. I'm super excited because everything he makes, it has such an incredible darkness to it, which sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I'm so overwhelmed by it, but he is so meticulous in his story and the characters, and this seems like another really great story. The film is called Psychokinesis. A father sets out to save his troubled daughter with superpowers that he discovered he possesses. What? That sounds insane, especially for a Korean film. Like, there's not that many supernatural Korean films, so I'm always intrigued when they add an element like that to a story. I think this already comes out in Korea in February, so I'm hoping it comes out pretty soon in the US. Pretty sure it'll be limited, but I'm a big fan. I actually, Tidbit, got to interview him a couple years back for The Fake, and he was super nice. Good old days. So if you're a horror fan, then you know what I'm gonna say next, which is Halloween. Jamie Lee Curtis is coming back, reviving the series, franchise, film, storyline. Dun dun dun! Not only is she coming back to basically be in her role again, but it's also directed by David Gordon Green. He did Stronger Joe, Prince Avalanche, Pineapple Express. He's a very particular filmmaker, and I don't think I've ever seen him tackle a horror film, so this will be very, very interesting. So Laurie Strode comes to her final confrontation with Michael Myers, the masked figure who has haunted her since she narrowly escaped his killing spree on Halloween night 4 decades ago. Holy crap. This seems like a pretty epic return, I would say. I mean, 4 decades. It's gonna be a good one. And Jamie Lee Curtis, she's amazing in everything that she does, so I'll definitely be there opening night. And of course, you know I love me some Karyn Kumsama, and she's coming out with a new film called Destroyer. A police detective reconnects with people from an undercover assignment in her distant past in order to make peace. I hope that makes sense. When I was reading it, I don't know if it made sense. I don't even care about the premise at this point. Anything that she does, I'm like so down for, and even the cast makes me that much more excited. Nicole Kidman, Sebastian Stan, and Tatiana Maslany. If you're an Orphan Black fan, Tatiana is the shit. She's amazing. She's like incredible. So to see her in a feature film, especially directed by Karyn Kumsama, is always a plus. It's been 8 years since he did a film, and that film was Secret Sunshine. No, wait. That film was poetry. Lee Chang-dong is coming back with a new film called Burning. It's adapted from Haruki Murakami's short story called Barn Burning. And basically, the story involves the encounter of 2 young men and a woman in their 20s who have been living in their own ways, and a mysterious incident that happens among them. One of the men makes an unusual claim to be an arsonist. So there's not that much information, but the fact that there's like 3 people and one of them claimed to be an arsonist. I'm really, really excited because Steven Yeun from The Walking Dead is actually in this film. It's incredible when I see another Korean American person in a Korean film. I feel like it's always an honor because I don't think Korean Americans ever get recognized in Korean cinema in general because we basically don't exist to them. Lee Chang-dong is one of my favorite filmmakers ever, and he hasn't made anything for like 8 years, so this is a big deal. You know, I had to put this one on my list. It's Ocean's 8. I love the Ocean series, and just the fact that they made these all females, and the cast is so insane. Everybody besides Anne Hathaway, to be honest. Like, I really like everybody else. I'm like, Anne Hathaway? I also wish they made the premise not surrounding the Met Gala. Even though they would still get a good chunk of money, I always think the premise of being in Vegas, stealing a casino or from a casino is always more fascinating and a lot harder than the Met Gala. But also, yeah, they want to make a girly, I guess, fashion related. I get it. Still gonna watch it. Really want to see Awkwafina, Rihanna, Helena Bonham Carter, who I haven't seen in anything in a while. Sandra Bullock, my fave. There's just too many badasses in this film, so I'm so down. Since his first film, Murder Party, I've been a Jeremy Saulnier snob, and he's one filmmaker that I'll continuously and religiously always love. His work is amazing. If you did not see my review of Green Room, I'll put up here, down below as well. He's coming out with a new film, always excited, and this is gonna be another thriller that probably gonna be amazing. The film is called Hold the Dark. It is centered around the deaths of 3 children suspected to be by wolves. Writer Russell Core is hired by the parents of the missing 6-year-old boy to track down and locate their son in the Alaskan wilderness. So not only are we really going to like the cold area and dealing with wolves here, it's also gonna be like a vengeance kind of thing, thriller, like he's so good at. It's gonna be another good one. The cast is Rilo Keough, Alexander Skarsgård, Jeffrey Wright. It was also written by Macon Blair, who is a huge Jeremy Saulnier collaborator. damn. Science fiction films have been becoming one of my favorite genres ever, and this guy came out of nowhere and just killed it a couple years ago with Ex Machina. Alex Garland is coming out with a new film called Annihilation. I said it right? It's about a biologist who signs up for a dangerous secret expedition where the laws of nature don't apply. This cast is so stacked. I'm in it for the cast. I don't even care the premise, even though the premise sounds really great. Apparently it's adapted by a book, which I have yet to read, and which I heard was really great. But this cast, Natalie Portman, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Tessa Thompson, Gina Rodriguez, like holy crap. If you had to pick 4 women to put in one film, like those are the 4 women I would, man, love to see. And apparently that's coming out next month, which sounds so close. And I don't know if I'm ready for it, because Ex Machina, I was definitely not ready for that. And this is gonna be probably another good one. And I haven't really seen Natalie Portman in anything, so there's films that I deeply love that you should just never do a remake. You just should never do it. You should just never do it. This person's doing a remake of one of my favorites, which is Suspiria, Dario Argento film, which I've seen multiple times on 35mm. Thank you to Beyond Fest. You can see my vlogs. I will link them down below. Also, Dario Argento came to Beyond Fest this past year, and I was kind of like, oh my god. Nothing will beat that experience. So Luca Guadagnino, who just did Call Me By Your Name, is remaking Suspiria. You would think I would be like really fucking pissed, which initially I was, but when I heard that his name was attached to it, I was like, huh. Because if anybody can make a very poetic, romantic at times, yet nonsensical, that person's Luca. And Suspiria is one of those stories where it seems like time jumps and some of the story is like out of place and it's just like kind of weird like that. Yeah, I believe Luca can do this. And of course, Tilda Swinton and Jessica Harper from the original film is going to return to this film. So it's going to be beautiful. Everything that he does is beautiful, and Suspiria being one of the films that really is like close to my heart, I hope he does the remake justice, you know? Sometimes I can't believe it's already 2018 because it's like, where has the time gone? It's been 5 years since Steve McQueen has made a film, and that film was 12 Years a Slave, which completely broke me, but also one of my favorite reviews that I ever did on this channel. So I will also link that down below. That movie that's like one movie that I love so much but can never watch again because it's obviously like so traumatic, but it was so like skillfully done. So he has a new film coming out called Widows. The premise is so incredibly badass. Let me just talk to you about this premise. 4 armed robbers are killed in a failed heist attempt. That's not the part that's sexy. Only to have their widow step up to finish the job. Holy crap, what is this? That is the most exciting thing ever. Like, wow, how come nobody else thought of this premise before? Not only Steve McQueen is directing it, but he's also writing it with Gillian Flynn, who is one of my favorite writers. She wrote Gone Girl. She's just an incredible writer. She's amazing. Viola Davis, Liam Neeson, Michelle Rodriguez. November 16th, I expect it to be an Oscar contender despite it being like, I'm sure, a thriller. So excited. So after Moonlight won Best Picture last year, oh my god, Barry Jenkins is coming back with a new film, and this film, I'm like so excited for. I'm like in it. It's called If Beale Street Could Talk. This film is based on James Baldwin's book by the same name, and it's about a woman in Harlem who desperately scrambles to prove her fiance innocent of a crime while carrying his first child. Oh my god, this one and Widows is basically like, yo, I love all these women roles. They're incredible. I'm so excited to see it. I haven't seen Barry Jenkins' previous films, but just by Moonlight, I have such high expectations for this film. I hope it's just as romantic, heartbreaking, and just like beautiful like Moonlight. And last but not least, which I hope was that 15 films? I have no idea. You know I love me some new Harmony Korine films, and he's coming out with a new film called The Beach Bum, which sounds very much like it could have been almost a sequel to Spring Breakers and just have it like James Franco, aka Alien, become a beach bum. The beach bum, whose name is Moondog, is actually going to be played by Matthew McConaughey, which is like, alright, sounds totally like him. A rebellious stoner named Moondog lives life by his own rules. I don't know what kind of premise that is, but it's a start. I'm just excited to see Matthew McConaughey kind of like, you know, like back to his old roots. That's what I think he did before he became an actor. In addition to the 15 films that I just mentioned, I'm gonna give shout outs to 2 other films. One is Jennifer Kent's The Nightingale. It's a new film. She did The Babadook a couple years back, and that was just so insanely haunting that I can't wait to see what she does next. And it's The Nightingale. And Alfonso Cuarón's new film called Roma, which is probably his first Spanish film in a while since Y Tu Mama Tambien. Once again, I will link that playlist list down below of the 100 most anticipated films of this year. But this list is so stacked. Even I'm just so excited. I'm pretty sure a couple of these are gonna make it to my top 10 at the end of the year. Like I said, I will try to come out with my top 10 films of 2017 list very, very soon. Let me know what your most anticipated films are for this year. Honestly, even when life is like so shitty, as long as there's some good films, I'm like pretty happy about. Anyways, thank you so much. Bye.